Hey everybody, and welcome to the Mad Smoke Vibes Wednesday night Dynamite review. It's your boy Lyle Madman Murray, and I am blessed to have Mr. FTW himself, the president of the company, Vibez Aew Dynamite, with me tonight to do the show. Bonafide Thundercat, as well as I'm Rudy, who y'all will meet soon. Had other engagements, I believe. They cannot make it tonight, but that's all right. Everyone gets cut a little slack. But they do it again, they're fired. Don fucking around. All right, let everybody know this is, as you see on the screen, 420 friendly. This is my show. This is Wednesday night. This is the I don't give a fuck. We're halfway through the week. Hump day. Work is coming too goddamn soon, and it's not ending soon enough for some of y'all. So tonight, make sure you put the kiddies to bed. It is TV mature. I'm going to say what I think and not give a damn about it. And Mr. Vibez Aew Dynamite is more than welcome to do the exact same thing, as is everybody in the comments. So let's just go ahead and kick it off. Unless Mr. FTW, you got something you want to say first? Go ahead and start us.
This show is 420 friendly, so it's gonna be a lot of ganja being smoked. Put your ganja goggles on. Let's go to the moon, people.
Absolutely, especially if we get to a particularly irritating part of the show, you may see me have to relight this bad boy with not another. Unfortunately, I think tonight that might happen a few times. You know how we do it on this show. New year, some things have changed, some things stay the same. And here on my show, we don't do no 5-star Meltzer bullshit. It's the 3 stars of madness, 3-star rating. Here we go, Luther. What is it? 1 through 3, 0 through 3. What's your star rating for tonight's Dynamite?
Going with solid 2. Solid 2.
Solid 2. Okay. I'm only giving it 1. And I'm going to do a little spoiler alert right now before we get into anything. It wasn't because of the matches. As usual, AEW's solid with their matches. They do a good job. Great wrestlers, great matches. The stories they're telling, I think, all suck. I'm not really enthused by any of these storylines they're trying to introduce to us. So tonight I felt was just good when it comes to story. Wrestling, it was good. Story, it sucked. Right up into it, though, we did get to kick off the show with Mr. Will Ospreay coming on down with Buddy Matthews in a match that I didn't know that I needed to see. But I will tell you what, again, even though the story behind it's kind of great match, like hell of a match to start it off. Will Ospreay and his ability to sell is just not very many people I think in the game can sell it better or even as well as Will Ospreay, except your boy right here, other than me. Buddy Matthews also being great. We don't get to see him wrestle singles enough. We're seeing it now. I do think it's because we got the House of Black dissolving, probably got Malachi going back to WWE, probably got, a Buddy as well, possibly, or maybe just Malachi. I don't know after the outcome of this match and what took afterwards. It's up in the air for me. We did have Will Ospreay picking up the victory. Before I get to what happened right after the end of the match, how do you feel about this one, Mr. FTW? What do you think about this opening segment and everything else?
Okay, look, here's what I got to hit on AEW. I love me some Will Ospreay. You know this. But my man got to have a 20-minute match every time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you want them to give
every time? Like, no, but every match don't got to go for 5 stars. It seems like every match is going for 5 stars.
Okay, I get that,
and that's just how I'm gonna say that. Every match is going for 5 stars.
I mean, okay, I agree,
so
and I
just
disagree. What's your reasoning behind not every match needs to be a 5-star? Like, what do you mean by that? Let the people know exactly why. I'm sure everybody wants to always see nothing but bangers. If they could turn on the TV and every match they watch is 5-star every night, they're going to have their wig blown back, and it's going to be great. But again, I understand and I disagree as well at the same time. But let people know why you don't want to have a 5-star match every match.
I mean, I'm not even saying in wrestler terms. I'm just saying, just like in general fan terms. If you notice, I'm pretty sure every match you want to see by him is not a 20-minute match. I'm pretty sure you can throw in some good 5-10-minute matches and still tell the story. It's like with him, it's never no story, so it seemed like he has to go way longer than what you know what I'm saying. The match has to. Like, I'm sorry, that's just a regular match going into, like, you know what I'm saying, battling up to number one contendership. So with that being said, there's no need for it to be 20 minutes. It's taking up 20 minutes of your show. That could have been 5 or 10. You could have won about your business.
Okay. I agree with you to an extent.
Especially when you know Buddy Matthews is not winning.
Yeah.
It's a difference when you know Buddy might have a chance, but especially when you know no.
You also don't want to have a 5-star match every night because you're supposed to have those lulls and the kind of in-betweens. And then when you don't, it's devastating. And people just start getting used to 5-star matches. They're not impressed by anything anymore. So you kind of want to... I get it. There's a pacing to it, so I understand what you're saying.
Stop.
And right after the match, this is what I felt was weird. This is one of the new storylines, obviously, they're cooking that I'm not feeling. We got Will, grabbing the mic and go ahead and he starts talking to Buddy. He's like, you're a hell of a singles competitor. You don't need to even be on tag team anymore, so there's no reason you should be following anybody. He doesn't name Malachi Black by name, but by saying that, we know that's who he's talking about. House of Black. Come on now. If you ever want to go solo, go for a title or something, you need my help, I got your back. Just, let me know. They shake hands. Fucking weird. I don't know. I mean, what now? Are you trying to get Ospreay to recruit other people for a group, or is he just being the voice of reason, going around trying to break up all the factions? I want to see a Will Ospreay heel. I think we will see it sooner rather than later. Personally, I really do. Yeah. I think we're gonna he's gonna win the title first as a face, and then I think his heel turn will be as he's champion, which we don't see a lot, hardly ever, if ever. I can only remember, I think, one time, maybe two, that I've seen that happen, and it was way back in the Attitude Era when I saw that. So different times. But I'm all for it. Let's see some Will Ospreay heel action, please, before he gets too stale and stagnant with being all shucks, goody.
Girl, shut the fuck up.
See how I'm treated? They telling me to shut the fuck up, calling me out my name.
Look, I ain't said nothing. I was waiting on my time to talk. So you know what I'm saying. But now, respectfully, I mean, I'm not against saying a Will Ospreay is a heel. I was just against seeing this long ass match for no reason. I'm just saying by that.
I hear you. All right. So with that being said, he got me off guard with that, people. I thought we'd move past it. No, I got you. I understand. All right, so we got Private Party coming out. I thought they were going to come in the ring, do something. They cut off that section in between the two, the good guy and the bad guy entrance, and that's now, I guess, their VIP area. Okay. Not bad. I like that, but the Hurt Syndicate business come on out. They act like they're going to celebrate with them and tell them, yeah, let's go ahead and toast. Let's toast a Private Party. Let's toast those titles. Let's toast to y'all losing those titles to the Hurt Syndicate. Walks on out. Bobby Lashley versus Mark Briscoe. That's why they're coming out anyways. Go ahead, talk to the Private Party, and we're going to go right into the match with Bobby Lashley versus Mark Briscoe. All right, go ahead. Before we get in that match, though, I want to hear from Mr. FTW. Hurt Syndicate coming out, Private Party. What you thinking?
They're good at it. I don't know.
What's the goal?
He always just reach and get shit and pull her hair.
Now, what are we doing with the Hurt Syndicate? It seemed like, I mean, they like mobsters. I don't know.
They hurt people. They hurt people. You heard the song?
Yeah, walk.
You can hurt people all you want, but what is it leading to?
Gold.
No.
I really feel eventually it's gold. It's there.
But tag team gold?
All. I think they're going for it all. I think we're gonna see Bobby and Shelton get tag gold first.
I want them to get a third person like they did with Cedric Alexander.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a Bobby on no tag team gold.
Unless they get a third person before they get tag gold, it'll be Bobby and Shelton. And then Bobby's still going to be going for an AEW or international, or there's like so many. Bobby will be going for a singles title as well as Bobby fucking Lashley. He needs to be going for a singles title. You know,
I don't want the tag team titles on that. I think we were doing great when it was handing out the cards, and we was doing. But then it's just like the story's playing too long. Like they didn't hand it out too many cards and still haven't got nobody to join them yet. So I really feel like, and we done had 2 pay-per-views, and then we done had like maybe 2 or 3 big shows already.
2 or 3.
So with that being said, we could have at least had somebody join them by now. That's all I'm saying. That y'all can see little FTW and everybody in the show tonight. 420 friendly. This is what happens when we have a show like this. Can y'all please move y'all ass out my way? Thank you. Anyway,
trying to conduct some business here, people.
Exactly. But anyways, like I said,
I hear you. I think the music's dope personally. I know a lot of people think it's dumb. I think it's dope. I like the "we hurt people" thing. Just
That's it. And all you got to tell me is the music.
What?
Out of all I did, all you heard was the music.
I'm long-winded. I'm building up to it. God, I said I like the music. I like the "Let's Hurt People" moniker. I agree with you. I don't want Bobby as a tag champ, but it's AEW. I can see them doing it until they put a third or fourth person with the Hurt Syndicate. Because obviously MVP he can't. What? You're muted. I can't hear you, brother. I can't hear who you're trying to mouth to me.
Just as big as they are.
I wasn't saying that, but I was saying they're taking too long.
Yes. Yeah, they are, bro. Definitely. I think this is just my conjecture, my opinion, watching AEW. They try so hard to be opposite of WWE, it seems like. So they're really trying to drag out these storylines. And either that or it's just because they don't have enough filler talent that they need to do for, just stuff in between. I have no idea. I agree. They need to get whatever the Hurt Syndicate's going to fucking be, whoever's going to be in it, they need to get them there. It needs to happen yesterday. And then we can.
Who do you think it's going to be?
You're going to hate this, but I think they're going to go back to the well to Ricochet. Since Ricochet had this heel turn. I know.
I like his heel turn by himself. Take what's my boy from the Acclaim? Take him.
You know
Max
what?
Caster.
I think that would be amazing. I would love to see Max Caster getting serious and join. Let's go. That'd be fun.
And as you can see, Mama FTW made an appearance tonight too.
Hey, Mama FTW.
She said hi, son. Hey, Mom.
Oh, yeah. No, I think Ricochet because I actually like this heel turn. I want to see him. I'd rather just see him by himself. I agree. Again, it's AEW. It's Tony Khan. I fear that that's the way they're going. More than everyone, I'd love to see Swerve with them, but I definitely don't see that happening. So, Max Caster's a great.
Can I ask you something? Can I ask something before we go on to that? What if all this was just a big swerve to make Swerve the leader of it?
I'm for it. Anything that puts Swerve with Bobby and them, I'm for. Just do it. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Bobby Lashley, Mark Briscoe. Another match. Okay.
Mama said, "Hey, MTG."
That I just didn't know. Kind of like really Bobby Lashley, Mark Briscoe, better match than I thought it was going to be. And nothing against either athlete. Their styles. I didn't quite know how it was going to go. I guess beautifully. Honestly, it was Bobby beating.
Bro, can I be honest with you?
I watched this one too. That's some shit I can't let.
And I want your opinion one more time. Was this more Bobby or was this more Mark? Because I was scared of that too. I'm like, bro, this match don't make no sense. So how is it going? And when I seen it, I was like, oh, this is slick banging. So I'm just like, is it a test of just both how good they are? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think this was to push Bobby. But I don't feel like it hurt Mark because even though he got his ass whooped, he got in some good offensive spurts. He got his redneck kung fu in there. Bobby selling it and bouncing all over the ring. I mean, it was great. So I do feel that because it's Bobby Lashley, there's no point in giving him squash matches and giving him inferior talent because it's Bobby Lashley. It's the Almighty. There's nobody that doesn't know who the fuck this guy is. Okay. So to have him come in and have him squash local talent, to have him stuff like it, no. Even to have him like in a match against Daniel Garcia, and again, nothing against Daniel Garcia. It's Bobby Lashley. He needs to be in there only with main event guys or in like tonight or in some kind of tag team capacity, is multi-tag capacity where he's interacting with other people. Otherwise, he's nothing but big time.
I agree with that 100%.
Where you going?
I do. I was scared like you because I was just like, man, Mark Briscoe and Bobby. Like, I thought this was either going to be a straight squash. I was like, man, don't tell me they're finna squash my boy Briscoe. And then when I seen, I was like, ooh, they let my boy. This is a match. Because
it looked like they were going to. It kind of looked like, oh, they might be squashing Mark. I mean, it would make sense because it's Bobby, but they didn't need to. The fact that they showed, okay, Bobby thought he was going to squash Mark. You all thought he was going to squash Mark. Mark started getting some shit, and Bobby had to, regroup. It shows, as a story, it shows Bobby is still dominant, no matter how old he is, no matter where he came from. He was beating ass, got a little too cocky, was able to reel it back in and come out with the victory. MVP on commentary, by the way, during this match, people. It was great. I love hearing MVP on the mic, on commentary. I think he can do well, especially when he's full-fledged heel, straight heel mode, not trying to be a color commentator, not trying to be, play-by-play, just straight up, Bobby's the shit. Bobby's the Almighty. We hurt people. And they did. Bobby Lashley
I love when he got him in the hurt lock. He was like, okay, I'm done. I holler at y'all. And you can't set it down. Like he already knew it was over with. Drop the mic kind of thing.
Exactly. Gets Mark Briscoe in the hurt lock. Mark Briscoe goes out, and he holds that hurt lock on him for about 30, 45 seconds. They about to start beating him down, and Private Party came out to interfere and, help Briscoe before he gets beat down too bad. Obviously, Private Party, they're setting up the tag team and I really don't think they're gonna, when they do clash for the titles, it doesn't make sense that Bobby and Shelton lose. It just doesn't make sense. If they do lose, it's Shelton taking the pin and losing again, and that means, are they gonna break up the Hurt Syndicate at that point? Because you would think they would kick Shelton out now. They already had the story where, Bobby slapped Shelton, and they had that thing backstage where you lost, and then he lost a couple more times during the Continental Classic. So, like you said, they're taking too long to get there. I don't know what they're doing, quite where they're going. This has potential to be one of the better storylines, but they need to pick it up.
But see, this is why I say respectfully, this is why you see why when you think you got an idea, sometimes it's not better than you think it was. Because I think WWE, all respect, I love me saying MVP, but this is one of them, like y'all thought the Hurt business is going to be big. It's probably like the Bloodline, and it just isn't. And now I can kind of see why WWE cut the shit short, respectfully, because it's one of those things where, yeah, it has its moments, but it's not supposed to go on no longer than what it is. You're taking way too long to bring a third person or a fourth person in this group. We done had too many big shows already where you could have been inserted somebody and spiced this thing up, and we have yet to do that. And I'm sorry, I love Bobby and Shelton and MVP, but they don't have the aura to keep that going, to keep that type of storyline going for that long without
doing something. Without Bobby being world champion, without them making an impact on those people, not having feud with Private Party, that it just doesn't hit. You're cutting up a little bit, brother. Your mic's got a little scatterbrain. We got some weather stuff down where Mr. FTW is. Got some weather where I am too. So you got to pardon us, people, please. We appreciate y'all staying with us.
You know, my mic was mute.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
I was saying, you probably heard the back end what I was saying. My mic was mute.
We're going to go ahead and move on to the third match of the night. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite match types in AEW. The first time I saw it, I didn't really understand it. The rules are still kind of loose. As far as like how often people come in on a timer, it's supposed to be random. I don't know how they determine it, obviously how they do the match or whatever, but I would like a more cohesive time frame at least. I think that would be neat to add to let us know. But I am, of course, talking about the Casino Gauntlet match, the men's Casino Gauntlet match for the number one contender against Jon Moxley. The next week, I believe, right? Yes, it is next week for the number one contender to face Jon Moxley next week on Dynamite. Oh, man. So this was by far the longest Casino Gauntlet match I've seen so far since I've been watching it. The rules are as follow, as far as I am able to understand them. 2 men start at random intervals. One person will come down and join the match. The match can end at any time by pinfall or submission. So it can end with the first 2 people in the ring. Match is over before anybody else has a chance to come down. Or it could take, I don't even know how many people max get in the match, and they can end it. Tonight we got 11 people that got to enter before the end of the match. I'm just going to go down in the order that they came in. We'll hit some quick spots. If there's something you want to mention that you saw during the match, Mr. FTW, stop me or mention that part of the match, and we'll just, I don't really know how to go over this type of match, so we're going to figure it out, learn as we go.
The perfect way you doing it, go down, you know what I'm saying? The way you have the list, go down and do your thing.
All right, well, these people made the list. Pun intended, motherfuckers. All right, so we started off with our boy Switchblade Jay White and Hangman Adam Page. A banger match in itself by any time. We've seen them do it time and time again. It's always a great fucking match. This is no exception. They start off hot, and I didn't write down the intervals, but it's like less than 2 minutes, and we get the timer. Start counting down to get our third entrant. Wheeler Yuta coming in thinking he's going to sneak up and gets hit. Just straight up Sister Abigail by Jay White. I know he calls it the Switchblade. No. Blade Runner or some shit like that. Yeah, he hits that. I'm calling it Sister Abigail.
No, it's a Switchblade. It's a Switchblade.
Okay, yeah. Hits him with that. Hangman hits him with. I mean, he just this whole match. People, Will Yuta just getting the shit beat out of him, tossed in between people, and beat down, and it was pretty hilarious. To be honest with you. Number 4 entrant, Ricochet. Now, this was brilliant. Wheeler Yuta comes out, timer, blah, blah. We get number 4. Whose house? Crowd goes, Swerve's house. And then you hear the music go, this is my house, bitch. Ha-ha! And then Ricochet's music starts. I fucking loved it. I died. Like, oh my God, there you go. Great full heel, like, I can get down with this, Ricochet. Even that, stupid ass shit. He's really going after Swerve, and I'm looking forward to that match. So we got Ricochet at number 4. We got Adam Cole, Bay at number 5. Danny Garcia coming down at number 6. Powerhouse Hobbs at number 7. Roddy Strong, number 8. The Murder Hawk Monster, Lance Archer at number 9. Kyle O'Reilly at 10. Jeff Jarrett at number 11. Now, it was great to see the Undisputed Era in the ring full force tonight, except for Bobby Fish, obviously. That was very nostalgic, me being a NXT guy back when they had the Undisputed Era. Absolutely loved it. Loved that time of NXT. This was neat to see. Poor Jeff Jarrett, though, as he's coming down, I don't remember exactly who it was. Oh, it was Wheeler Yuta, I think. Was it Yuta?
Wheeler Yuta.
It was Yuta.
Yes.
Yuta kept intercepting people as they came out, and he kept getting knocked on his ass. That was, like I said, it was funny, the whole match. He was like out on the ramp, he'd get up and somebody, okay, I'm going to get it. No, you're not. All right, down again. I don't know what they're doing with Yuta, but he served a very comical purpose tonight. Jeff Jarrett gets attacked, and they start brawling back into the gorilla position back there. And before you know it, little unexpected, kind of out of nowhere, the match is over. Huh? Powerhouse Hobbs hits Ricochet, I believe it was, with a spine. No, Kyle O'Reilly.
It was Kyle O'Reilly. Hey, can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Can I ask you something? Because I meant to text you during this match after this happened.
Okay.
I seen everybody face.
Yeah.
Do you think Powerhouse was supposed to win this match?
I think it was a big surprise that he did, which was why we had the look on everyone's face. I don't know why they would change it or what would have happened that they needed Kyle O'Reilly got knocked the fuck out and they counted 3. Like, that's the only thing. I think, yeah, probably he was supposed to win it. I don't know, man. It did end abruptly. It felt like it ended very, very abruptly. You're muted, brother. Oh, look who's invading the motherfucking show.
I swear to God, that's what I said.
What is up, MTG? How you doing, brother? It's good to have you.
Yeah, I'm glad to be on here. I only saw 1 hour tonight. I did wanted to see that Bobby Lashley and Briscoe match, and I did hear your comments about it earlier. I should have known it was going to be a great match. I was looking forward to that one, but I can't wait.
Did you see the last hour or the first hour there?
Yeah, the last hour.
So you saw the Casino Gauntlet?
Yes.
Let me get your thoughts on it then. How did you feel, Mr. FT, what he said? Do you feel like that it wasn't supposed to be a powerhouse? Did it feel like kind of abrupt for you the way it ended? It was a banger match up to that point.
It was, yeah. Yeah, it was a banger match, and I've always liked the Powerhouse Hobbs. He's always been one of my favorite AEW wrestlers. I was happy to see him win, but I haven't really seen him in a while, so I'm kind of like, or maybe they're going to start. But I know he's not going to beat Moxley for the title next week. I know that's not going to happen. And
why make him win? Like, why?
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing it happen because, again, I'm a Powerhouse Hobbs fan. But it's a little too early, like, to push him. Way too early. They didn't build him up enough.
I had to agree with Zay on this one. Like, why? If we know you're supposed to have someone that you think, well, he might be able to beat Mox, even though we know stature-wise, size-wise, yeah, sure, Powerhouse can beat the crap out of Mox. There's not a fart in the wind's chance that he's going to get it. Like, everyone knows that.
Yeah, he's not going to win.
Swerve us on that. So why not try to have somebody else that you think, well, he might be able, and give that doubt that, damn, Mox might lose that title next week instead of, oh, well, Mox ain't losing that. I don't even care if I watch that match. Like, honestly, I'm not excited for the match. I love me some Mox. I don't really have anything against Powerhouse Hobbs. I think he needs to get some mic skills bad. and needs to find more of a gimmick than just some badass music and then I break backs. Roderick Strong's already got that, brother. He's been breaking backs in the side of the backbreaker for 20 years. So
yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward
It's
to it.
over. I just went.
I mean, I think it's going to be a great match, but I know Moxley's going to retain. They're not going to have him just come in and without no build-up and then have him beat Moxley. I know that's not going to happen.
I hope it's not the main event. Actually,
I think it will be.
It's gonna be probably.
It probably will be because, as you've been seeing, they get to the main event with like 15 minutes left of the show. I hate that they do that. It's predictable as fuck that you know you're going to have a short or interrupted main event. WWE will do that on occasion too, and again, I hate when they do that. And I know you're not supposed to be watching the clock, but when you get older, you can't help it. You're going to be looking up and go, okay, there's 15 minutes left. We're doing another, or we're finishing up a match. Still got the main event, got 3 commercial breaks. Okay, it's going to be a 7-minute match.
Yeah.
You can't help but do the math. Right after the victor, Powerhouse Hobbs, picks up that beautiful spine. He's got a beautiful spine buster. I mean, he's got an Arn Anderson-esque spine buster. Very, very nice. Okay.
Yep.
We got.
But before we do that, before we do that,
okay. Oh yes,
y'all know what time it is.
We do that. You already know what time it is. We got a short video coming up that we have to do because we have to thank our sponsors. You know, they work hard to bring you products that you desperately want and need. So we got to show them their love. Plus, they paid us. So we got to get these out there for you guys. Hang with us about 2.5, 3 minutes, and we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
Okay. Before we even play the sponsor video, you know we got to give a shout out to our girl Rip Talk. So anybody out there that need any dating advice or just want to talk, if you got any advice, you got the, you know what I'm saying, you want to give on the dating side of things, all you got to do is hit up our girl Dating with Rip Talk. Remember, for the singles and couples, for conversation no one wants to have, always remember she's go on all platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and I think she's on TikTok. So be on the lookout for our girl Rip Talk. Also, I don't know if you guys seen it today. What is he doing? I don't know if you guys seen it today, but we did, and we had the pleasure of interviewing Mr. Rhino, and we want to go out there and. I think Rhino will appreciate this because he told me to do this. We want to present to our guys IWP, you know what I'm saying, the indie shows that Rhino does present. IWP is Rhino's actual wrestling promotion. So if you guys up in the Michigan area, if there's anybody that wants to learn how to wrestle or get better, you know what I'm saying, the craft or looking for an indie show, get in touch with Rhino. Yes, sir. So get in touch with that man Rhino and he'll get you guys right. With that being said, we'll be right back. Like our man Lau said, just give us 2 to 3 minutes and we'll be back.
Stay with us. Stay tuned.
Yo, FTW gang. I know, it's a little different seeing your boy Mr. FTW not with behind the bright lights with his championship belt. I'm in the car. I'm in the FTW bucket, man. With that being said, I gotta let you guys know. Yes, shout out to Real. But yes, that being said, here, 5 to 7 business days a week. If you want to be a paid sponsor, all you got to do is hit me up, man. We run live 5 through 7 business days a week, and we go live on 5 different platforms, gang. 5 different platforms. You can go out there and reach, you know what I'm saying, really reach the numbers you really want to reach. Let us help you do that. And with that being said, man, I always want to give a shout out to all our sponsors. So shout out to all the paid sponsors if you are a paid sponsor already. And shout out to the ones that are out there that's going to become a sponsor in the future. And with that being said, man, it's your boy, Mr. FTW. I don't want to hold up anymore.
Down M13 through Genesee, I-75 is the home for me. Welcome to sagging off, tagging off, tagging off. Down in the
can be, and as you already know, that is Matt's Wrestling Collectibles right here on YouTube. Today, guys, a milestone video, a huge video, one that I was talking about a few videos back, a few new figure pickup videos back. We were talking about this right here. It is none other than episode 50 of new figure pickups. It is crazy to think that this YouTube started back up again after so many years of being away. We started back up in June of 2022. Here we are, a little over 2 years later, 50 episodes later of new figure pickups. I told you guys it was going to be a good one. It was going to be a big one. We're going to try to make sure that we don't make this.
Yes. Shout out to all of our sponsors, and thank you everyone for sticking with us. We are back. I told you it wouldn't be too painful. You always think I'm lying to you, and then I prove you wrong every fucking time. Y'all need to learn to listen to Lyle Murray. Okay, Mr. FTW, Mr. Vibez Aew Dynamite may be the man with the plan. All right, but there's always a man behind the man with the plan, and that's the madman. All right, it's just the way it is. Y'all got to accept it. Mrs. A's got to accept it. He will eventually. Acknowledge. And that's the way it goes. So, with that being said, right after this banger of a gauntlet match, we did have Jeff come out from Gorilla, walk down the ring, grab a mic, get into the ring, and before he can say a hell of a lot, the man himself, the devil, who no one is on the level of, MJF, comes on down to the ring and cuts just, oh my God. Like, I don't know, there's not a whole lot to say anymore about MJF and promos because it's all been said before. And he never disappoints. That's all we can say. Okay, he never disappoints. He didn't disappoint tonight. What was a little kind of off the cuff and wasn't expecting was the way he cut the promo with the offhanded comments and all that, classic MJF. But he's saying, like, look, my Triple B, my world title's all kinds of chaos right now. All these people vying for it, but none of them deserve it. You deserve it. So why don't you let me help you get it? And then I get first shot at it after you do. He said a whole lot more than that, but that's the gist of it. He's a very wordy guy. But that's the overall gist, man. I'm all for that. I'm like, okay, that's the only way it would make sense to me, and I'd be okay with Triple J go ahead and getting that 13th world title. Why the fuck not if MJF's involved in it? That would make perfect sense for me. Let me see real quick. I loved the WWF reference he made. And by that, I'm talking about MJF when he's talking to Jay. He says, I'm sorry, Double J. I didn't come out here to piss you off. Back in the WWF Attitude Era days, Double J, it was part of his gimmick. He wore a shirt and he cut promos talking about don't piss me off. And I got to do a throwback real quick for all the old heads watching. I know someone remembers the old promos he would cut, kind of before the don't piss me off, right before he did that, it was, what really pisses me off? And he would say, women really piss me off. And that'd be it. And the next week he'd do another promo. You know what really pisses me off? Electric cars. You know, shit like that. He would spit some insane shit. Oh, man, that was Double J for you, brother. I love that. Anyways, again, I'm all for it. If MJF's involved only. Mr. FTW, I see you kind of moving and shaking. I saw you trying to say something a minute ago. Go ahead. I know you got something to say.
Boy, the way MJF told Jeff Jarrett ass off the bone from limb to limb, he didn't leave no pieces of meat left hanging. He just took it all, carnival style, just everything. Wasn't nothing left in the ring.
No. Killed him.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right, what you got, MTG?
That was an interesting segment, and what you call it, MJF being the guy that he is on the mic, he never disappoints. That's why he's the face of that company today. And another thing I do want to throw out there: please don't let Jeff Jarrett win the AEW World Champion. All his world title runs, no matter where he was, whether it was WCW or TNA, they all sucked. I love Jeff Jarrett as a in the WWF with the country music cowboy singing character or the Attitude Era version when he was the Intercontinental Champion. I mean, I've always been a fan of Jeff, but not as a world champion, dude. Please do not put that world title on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Poor Jeff. Listen now. JEFF. JARRETT.
Jeff
is
Jarrett.
a motherfucking legend.
Yes,
now,
he is.
I had to slow down for that. I was like, man, I hope I don't fuck this up. Hold on. I ain't done that in a while. The JEFF. Anyway. This is why I love wrestling, because I so wholeheartedly disagree with you, brother. I think he has everything that a sports entertainer has needed. Honestly, how I've looked at Jeff Jarrett.
What up, T? Now, T, this is
What up,
another
brother?
member of Diamond Land. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Now, T, this is another member of Diamond Land. This is the Madman. You know what I'm saying? So, just understand, he'll be at your next show live 95 from New York.
Yes, sir. Diamond Land, we all over the place. We're the American Bullet Club people. I'm telling you, keep your ears and eyes open for Diamond Land. We're coming to dominate the entire North America. We're gonna move on to South America. We'll go over to Japan and play Bullet Club one-on-one in Bangkok. From our redheaded friend over in the other company. You know, I'm not gonna take that from him. That's him. Like copyright all jacked up and shit. But y'all get the picture. We're gonna put on 5-star after 5-star after. Anyways, man.
Yeah.
Diamond Land, we come to dominate the independent wrestling scene. And when the big leagues think that they're ready enough, think that they can handle Diamond Land and go ahead and extend the invitation, we're gonna show that they ain't ready for it either. They have no idea what's coming. So, that being said, we'll move right along. We do get Jeff Jarrett turning down MJF, by the way. You know,
Yep.
He didn't have a whole lot to say. He couldn't. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say after the shit that MJF said.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, yeah. So
Before we get much of this, Edge comes out. I'm still calling him Edge. I will always forever call him Edge.
same with
This
me.
stupid Cope rebranding. I'm sorry, brother Adam Copeland, Edge. Look, I have your pure plank. I support it. It's great. It fucking sucks, but it's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cope, stupid. The Cope challenge, all that crap. That's a dumbass name. You're not the rated R superstar Cope. That just does not hit. Listen to that, brother. Adam, listen to that. You really need to listen to the rated R superstar Cope. I hope I'm not the only one that feels this way. MTG, let me start with you before we get in much of that. I need to know, how do you feel about this rebranding of the rated R?
It is, to be honest with you, I don't know how to react to that. I mean, it's just Adam Copeland being Adam Copeland. When they started calling him Cope, I was like, He could have just kept his name Adam Copeland instead of just using Cope. I mean, Cope is honestly not really a great name for him. You should have just stuck with Adam Cope.
Mr. FTW. I see his face. Now let me hear the words.
Okay, Adam.
He's speechless.
You
I don't really have much to say
that
about this either.
you that goddamn bored with your life in wrestling. You just kind of name yourself anything you can think of, bro. Just name yourself Adam next. Like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Do what you want to do. Like, I mean, come on, bro.
That would hit harder than
not even Copeland. If we could have just said Copeland, I would have felt a little bit better. But not Copeland.
Yep.
So like you even cut off your last name to even kind of think it was cool. You thought that shit was cool when you did this. And the fact ain't nobody said, "Hey, Adam, think about this. This ain't it." You don't have no real friends around you.
Look, he took his nickname. They were calling him Cope to shorten it instead of Adam Copeland. They can't call him Edge. They don't call him Edge. So they're trying in this centennial, millennial, whatever the fuck generation we're in, where attention spans are squirrel. They had to find a way to shorten it. Cope is dumb as fuck, though.
You don't have no much time left. Your hourglass is like this. So you might as well hang on to Edge and Adam Copeland as much as you can because nobody's gonna ever remember the name Cope. And now the only reason you're being remembered is because you have a dumbass name now.
Yep.
Just because people called you Cope backstage don't mean I'm gonna change my name to Cope. You know what? I see the memes already. People, I can't make memes because I don't know how to work all that dumb shit. So y'all go ahead and make this meme and remember where you got the idea from right here. The FTW podcast.
I got one right now.
Wednesday night. Well, I got one. Take a Coke bottle and make it a Coke bottle because it's dumb as fuck and people are going to be hearing that stupid shit. And
I got a good one. I got a Cope. I got a Cope with his name.
Oh, man, then we got a Cope with Cope. Is that what we're saying? All right.
Yeah.
You know, motherfucker patented it or whatever, trademarked the shit, so he's going all in. He's serious as fuck. He comes out, basically calls out Mox. Everyone's calling out Mox. You know, wants to throw down with some Mox. He tells them, you know, look, I've been through wars. What are you going to do to me that hasn't already been done? With that being said, Mox comes out. Music hits, Death Riders, of course, Marina Shafir, Claudio Castagnoli, and even Willa Yuta looking beat the fuck up. Poor Yuta, man. Woo! They come down, and before they can get out there to the ring, though, we got FTR coming, attacking them from behind. Adam Copeland, I'm not calling him Cope. Coca-Cola. I'm calling him Coca-Cola, all right? Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Gets his hands on Mox. They throw down a little bit in the ring. Beat downs ensue. Nothing really spectacular here. I'm not down with the rated FTR. Cool, they're good friends. The pairing for me, just for whatever reason, I can't really put my finger on it. It doesn't work for me. Just that trio just doesn't work.
Okay, now can I tell you my problem I have with AEW?
Please do.
Matt and Nick and Tony have a problem. And when it goes back to the biggest storylines that they feel are the biggest storylines, not even what could be the biggest storylines at that time, but what they feel are the biggest storylines, they seem to put their favorites in the shit. FTR isn't in this shit because the fans wanted them in. FTR is in this shit because I'm pretty sure the Young Bucks wanted them in this shit.
I respectfully, again, we're at another. I agree with some of what you said, and I disagree. I agree completely. They do too much with their friends, and it's more fantasy booking for the powers that be than for the fans. What the fans kind of want to see, storyline purposes, and all that stuff. However, I think with FTR, it's not because it's their friends and they want them on. The fans don't want to see them. The fans,
It's something Edge wanted to do because why would FTR be in here? Why would FTR be in here?
They shouldn't be. They should be on TV though, and we are missing seeing them wrestle. I know I'm a huge FTR fan. Love FTR. I think they're one of the best tag teams ever.
I'm not missing them wrestle that much. They've been here 5 years straight. They've been tag team champions. I don't know how many times in AEW. They've been a part of major storylines. You need to build talent. This is the AEW we are having. You know I love me some AEW, but this is the problem we are having. We don't build no talent. We revert back to these same motherfuckers we've been using for the past 5 years that got us over. We revert back to them, or we revert back to some big name WWE star that decided to come over. That's it.
Which brings me to one of my next points I wanted to make on tonight's show. AEW. Tony Khan, AEW powers that be, anybody watching or listening, spread this word. I'm sure they already know. Y'all need some kind of developmental. That's right now where WWE has and will always have the edge.
Well, the thing is that AEW does not have a. When you say development, do you mean by as far as ring wise or all around or
training facility wise?
Oh yeah,
they don't necessarily need a TV show like an NXT used to be.
Right.
They don't necessarily need something like that. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
They have enough dark shows and like WWE does house shows, dark shows, whatever you want to call them. They have enough of those that they can do to test some of these guys anyways, talent, see how they kind of resonate with fans that way. They don't need to be putting them on TV. They can learn how to do all that kind of later. These people need to get their skills and their timing down. That's the most thing. When we see these green guys, they come out there and they do these really cool shit. Okay, but then they get hurt because they're not doing it enough. They don't get enough time. So, understandably, when they get out there and they get to be on TV, they're gonna go balls out and do shit they haven't done in 3 months because they don't get a whole lot. You know what? You feel what I'm saying? Like they need to be. They do a great job. AEW does a great job bringing in talent, looking out independent wrestlers, going to Ring of Honor, bringing in New Japan. They do a great job doing that. So They do that better than anybody else. Okay. But they don't have enough young, homegrown talent that they are training to just be the future.
Because for one reason, two things. You just said the worst, training facility. And I'm sorry, when CM Punk left, we should have gave Collision to. All the people that we don't give TV time to, send their ass on Saturday nights. But instead, he used Collision for a part 2 of Dynamite.
And I still haven't watched one episode of Collision.
It's fine. It's Dynamite. There's like not a difference, honestly. So I think the commentators, there's not much of a fucking difference, to be honest. I feel that, like Zay just said.
That's why I said part 2.
I just said, I agree. Collision should be your developmental show. 1 hour long.
Sure.
Take that. It's a 2 hour long show. Take an hour from Collision. Okay. Throw that on Dynamite. Now Dynamite's a 3 hour show. Along with, you got your SmackDown's a 3 hour show, and Raw can be anywhere from 20 minutes to 5 hours if it wants, because it's on Netflix. They do what the fuck they want. But
or they could bring back AEW Dark on YouTube, because I used to watch all the Dark episodes on YouTube. Like they used to do that a lot. But, I know it's not happening. But I wish they would do. I wish they had never canceled it in the first place.
It's just a good point that they have all these little shows they used to do all the same for their enhancement talent. Yeah, they need a facility, and then go ahead if you want to throw them on TV so they get used to working with the hard cam and doing all that. Collision, and make Collision an hour. You got 2 or 3 matches, maybe 4. You can fit in an hour, 45 minutes, because minus commercials. And that means they're getting 5 to 7 minute matches. They're which all you need when you're green anyways and learning the shit. You don't need to be throwing 30-minute matches, 20-minute matches.
Yeah, and like the training facility could probably be in Las Vegas or Jacksonville, in one of those places.
We should
Because
have one in each.
that would be good too.
All right, so let's move on. I don't want to hold these people too much more. We almost hit that hour threshold. I want to thank everyone for whose attention span we've been able to keep thus far. You should pat yourself on the back because you're a rare breed. All right, Tony Mariah May vignette backstage. Harley Cameron teasing for Collision non-title bout. Here we go. Like Mr. FTW said, Dynamite Part 2. We're getting Harley Cameron, but it's going to be on Collision. Harley Cameron, Mariah May. Very interesting vignette. I didn't know Harley Cameron was that crazy little. It was entertaining at the very least. I don't really want to spend a whole lot of time on that. We have the next match is a triple threat: Tony Storm, Chris Statlander, and Willow Nightingale. What's up, MTG?
I said I was looking. I actually enjoyed that one. I'm sorry to cut you off. Continue.
Okay. That had a triple threat between these three. I thought it was a banger. It was one of the better women's matches we've had. Again, it's hard to get a lot of these in AEW. I think the women's division suffers a lot, and we need some fresh talent, more women's matches. Go ahead, MTG. If you want to say something about the Mariah May vignette, you can. Go ahead.
It was just another promo on that. That's all it pretty much was. Her promos needs a little work, in my opinion, but she's still good either way. And as far as the match goes, I was shocked that Statlander won. I thought Tony Storm was going to win that. Seeing Statlander win was a shocker.
Absolutely.
And I know I've been away from AEW for a while. I can see that she does not have the alien gimmick anymore. But hey, this new gimmick, it fits her.
Okay. Zay, what do you think? How did you feel about this triple threat?
Pointless.
What happened now?
Pointless. They could have did this on point. They could have did this on Collision. Strike 1 and Strike 2. What are we doing with Tony Storm? Like, I understand what maybe it's just like, the law side. I don't know, man. This is another one that was just like good match, but like Tony, start back with the stories. Don't just start giving me matches again. Give me stories.
I think they are, because after the match, the interview with Tony backstage, where she was like, I'm just not ready. I'm just not ready. Blah blah. Because remember, she's got deja vu. She don't remember the last 3 years. She don't remember any of Timeless Tony or any of that. That's how they're playing the story. So she's long term in this story, in this role. That's how they've been playing her. As
Deja vu, bro.
Or not deja vu. I'm sorry. I used the wrong term. Amnesia. That's the damn word I meant to say.
She ain't got no goddamn amnesia.
I know.
Let's make this. But the story. We're in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I mean 2025. That shit that you could have pulled off in the 2000s, 1990. You know what I'm saying? The 1900s, and that storyline, she could have played that perfectly. In 2025, we know she don't have no amnesia. Please come up with something,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
We
It
know
makes
that.
sense.
And she's delusional, remember? She was Timeless Tony thinking she was in the 1920s or 30s doing black and white movies. And she went straight from that to this after she lost the title. It was gone for a while. I get what they're doing. I do. I don't necessarily like the way they're going with her. I don't quite understand that why that's needed. I thought this is a sure thing. I thought she had this match in the bag. She was going to move forward. Mr. Allen, that's something I can't and won't really touch on because, obvious reasons. But I thank you for your comment and your interest. We mentioned so. All right, so we will get to the main, not even really event, because that was technically the main event as far as the last match of the night. It was the women with a triple threat. The return of Mr. Kenny Omega. to AEW, that is. He did return at Wrestle Kingdom a few days ago, where he put on a banger match with, I don't remember the guy's name, and I apologize. It was, oh man, I don't remember. I guess they put on a 5-star, another Meltzer 5-star or something. Kenny was cut up. He went over the rope. It looked like Kenny was back. He looked very, very healthy, very, very good from the clips I did see, the articles I did read about it. He starts to cut a heartfelt promo about coming back and about the diverticulitis and everything, how he's not going to hold him down. They took 2 feet of bow from him, yada, yada. Don Callis comes out.
Yeah.
I thought we were done with this. Like, oh my God. Here again, like I said, I gave it a 1-star, even though it was good matches, was these stories I'm not down with. The direction we're going with these majority of 90% of these storylines. I don't give a fuck. And this is one of them. What was cool about this is before Callis could even get to the ring, man, Kenny just runs him down or whatever and beats the shit out of him, pretty much, on the ramp. The rest of the Callis family comes out. Kyle Fletcher, Cage, Lance Archer, Brian Cage, beating him down. Ospreay comes out to help Omega. We get an Ospreay Omega stare down. I guess they have history from New Japan.
Yes, so they do.
I've never seen any of their matches. I can only imagine that they had some bangers. Go ahead, MTG.
Yeah, they did. Actually, I think they fought for the IWGP Intercontinental Champion back in the day. Okay. And yeah, they had a few series matches, and I think they fought for the world title as well. I'm not really sure. And those guys have a history in Japan. I watched a little bit of New Japan back in the day. These days, I don't really watch it too much.
Right. I'm all for seeing that. I think that'll be fucking amazing.
It was Wrestle Kingdom 17. That's what it was.
Okay. I do want to shout out to Mercedes Moné. I guess this Wrestle Kingdom, it was Wrestle Kingdom / AEW and Japan. Basically like a Forbidden Door type pay-per-view because there's a lot of AEW athletes competing for New Japan titles and vice versa. Mercedes Moné is now not 3-belt Moné, not 1-belt Moné. She's 4-belt Moné. I don't even know how the fuck she got the 4th belt. I just know she did. She won the Rev Pro Women's British World Champion, something like that, against Mina. Took it from Mina Shirakawa. Man, I can't speak tonight. Damn. Anyway, took it from Mina Shirakawa. And then she had the Southside Championship, which I have honestly, I think it's another British or European championship of some sort, maybe even Japanese from another independent scene. I honestly don't know. I've heard of Southside, but I'm not quite sure. She's got that too. So 4 belts Moné. I was kind of hoping to see her tonight. No, probably Collision. Hopefully next Dynamite. Before we end the show and cut that off, I do want y'all's opinion on that. Because I know we've had mixed thoughts, mixed opinions, mixed feelings on Mercedes and this new persona she has, this AEW run she's doing. I want to start with Mr. FTW.
She's the highest paid woman wrestling in wrestling history. She has 4 belts. So respectfully, no matter what we think about her, she wins.
Stop, Cameron. Stop.
Yeah, respectfully, but I want to hear how you honestly feel about it. Do you think? All right, let me put it straight then. Sasha Banks or Mercedes Moné?
Bro, I'm not gonna keep telling you shit. I'm gonna backhand you.
Sasha Banks, aura. But Mercedes Moné is a better wrestler.
Wow. Okay. MTG, what do you think? Sasha Banks or Mercedes Moné?
I was going to say the exact same thing Zay said. And I was never a fan of her, whether she was in either WWE or AEW. I'm honestly never got into her.
So you both are saying you think that she's better in the ring now than she was then. But that the gimmick itself now.
Oh yeah, because she always loved. You know, she loved. Well, she's in love with Japanese wrestling. That's her favorite wrestling. She didn't get to do that as much when she was in WWE, and now she literally and really learned the craft of that while she's in before she came to AEW. That's why they love her so much over there, because she's been over there so long learning their stuff, and then to get to mix it up with those same kind of women over there. Well, so it's like, yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. I felt like her performance in the ring was better as Sasha. I just like Sasha all around, the gimmick and everything. I can't stand this Monet character, but I do hear exactly what you're saying. And looking at it from that aspect, yeah, I hesitantly have to agree with you.
Yeah, trust me, bro. I'm like you. Like I'm like you asked me just if you would have said character Sasha Banks, you know what I'm saying? I'm more Sasha Banks, of course. But if we're just asking, just describe her, like, what do you think is best? That's the best way I can describe her. Like Sasha, the aura of Sasha Banks, I would take all day. But Mercedes Moné is a better rapper.
All right. And with that said, we lost MTG Miguel, but I want to thank him for joining us and helping add a little flavor to tonight's session. All right. This is the end for tonight. Never for forever, though, for the 420 friendly Wednesday night smoke vibe, mad smoke vibes. I'm gonna get the name of the show, people. It's new. It's new. We're new. We're integrating. We're doing all kinds of things. I want to thank everyone for YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, everyone that's followed and is watching. If you're looking for watching for the first time, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, share, and follow buttons on the respective platform. We appreciate you. Be at WrestleMania. April, pay attention now. Pay attention. We're going to WrestleMania. Again, you were there last year. We're going to be there this year. Probably, maybe, we might even do a little bit of wrestling. You never know. Just got to stay tuned and listen. Put your ears down. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Mr. FTW, before I ramble too much more, you want to say anything before we go?
Come on, get off.
Other than welcome to the new era of the FTW podcast.
Yes, sir. With that said, everyone, stay mad because the madness will find you regardless.